Well, all right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. My name is Jerry Burt. It's great to be back with you today. Well, we've got an exciting follow-up show today. We're going to be with you very briefly, but we want to give you some powerful nuggets to take home with you, to put in your pocket, put them in your heart, put them in your mind. This is episode 3 of Unprecedented Obsessions That Drive Real Game Changers. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us today and you've joined us in the past, you know that we give you the real nuggets, the real insights as to what drives the real game changers. People that, because of what they do in life, they change the rules of the game, basically. They make themselves so impactful upon our lives and our culture, our society, our way of life. Everything shifts because of them. And there are a few people that you know about. If I mention the name of Oprah, you'll understand where I'm coming from. If I mention the name of Bill Gates, you'll think about where I'm coming from. If I mention the name of Tyler Perry, you'll know where I'm coming from. Ladies and gentlemen, there are just a few people that are the game changers. They make the game a little differently because of their ability, because of the driving obsessions that they have. And so we have for you today, if you've been following us, 3 tactics, 3 strategies that we want to give you, that will give you some insight into what drives the game changers, the real game changers. All right, let's get down to it. First, we want to share with you some very impactful knowledge about networking. Yes, I said networking. Write it down, because real game changers who are obsessed with making a difference in society, they network. And what do I mean by network? I don't just mean go out and socialize with people, but they have a strategic plan. That's right, I said it. They have a strategic plan about how they network. Now, you know the story of the individual that grows up in, let's say he grows up in South Carolina. He discovers he has an ability for making film and creating movies and that kind of thing. Usually 9 times out of 10, he's going to move to some place where it's the epicenter of where the professionals in that industry live. And that's usually Los Angeles, California, or maybe New York City. Now, the reason he goes to those locations is because he wants to be in a position where he can interact and rub shoulders with those people that are like-minded. See, people that are real game changers, they make sure that they have a network that they are participating in. A network for them is a club or an organization. Maybe it's an association or community group. Maybe they have to relocate to a new city. Today, in fact, if you're in the IT business and if you're building a business startup around the IT concepts, then you're going to move to San Francisco, or you want to be in downtown Manhattan in New York City. You're going to get up and relocate from where you are, because the people that are the movers and shakers live in those locations. They gather in those locations. Why do they gather in those locations? They gather so they can network with each other, so they can watch the body language of each other, so they can understand the communications that it takes to speak to an investor around how to get an investor interested in your product. They go to those locations because they have meetup groups there, and they have breakfast in the morning, they have breakfast clubs, and they have associations and clubs for people that are starting out in that line of business. So people that are real game changers, they understand that you have to be connected in a network, because it's in your network where you learn the subtleties of how to maneuver and how to operate within that industry. It's in your network that you learn the skill set that the people at the high end of the network have already obtained. It's in your network where you learn the strategies and the insights and the techniques and the tactics to maneuver and to be around those people at the lunches and at the breakfast association meetings, at the clubs. Be connected to a community that is building something toward the industry that you're already in. So if you are desiring of learning how to play the game, then you want to understand one thing about networking. You have to network. I'll say it again. Don't be afraid of connecting with other people. Don't sit at home and try to build your business or build your project or build your that invention that you have and isolate yourself from the other people that are in your same industry. You want to know who your competition is. I know that Michael Jordan, when he went to the Olympics and he would practice with the Great American Dream Team members, what he discovered while he was practicing with them every day, he learned what their weaknesses were. That's right. Michael Jordan learned the weaknesses of all the other all-stars on that dream team. And they're in that practicing every day with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird and all of Clyde Drexler and all of those fantastic players. Michael Jordan learned what their strengths and their weaknesses were. Now, how did he learn that? He learned that because he was in a network. He was in an association. He was a part of the dream team. He could have decided to stay at home. He could have decided that he was going to be the Lone Ranger on top of the mountain. But he understood that when you are building something, when you have an unlimited desire to achieve something, you need to be in the network. And so he became a part of the network of the greatest ball players in the history of the Olympics, the Dream Team. There never was and never will be another dream team like that dream team. They were unusual. Their skills were incredible. They were awesome. The world had never seen anything like that. And all because these men decided that they were going to participate in a network. So now you get it. You understand. Be a part of a network. Associate with others that are of like mind with you. Connect with other people that are just a little bit above you. Yeah, you might be intimidated for a while. You might feel kind of strange that you don't have all that they have. And you might feel confused and bewildered sometimes because the knowledge level that these people speak about in their club or their association is way above your head. But that's where you want to be, my friend. You want to be in the network that is the destiny of where you're going and where you're trying to reach. That's point number one. Point number two is, if you're going to be a real game changer, if you're going to learn the strategies and the secrets of the real game changers, you want to become involved in investing. Whoa, how about that? You want to become involved in investing. You see, wealth is a ladder. At the bottom of the ladder, you start out with nothing. You start out with maybe a business, a small business, working from your home, working from your kitchen table, from the basement, from the garage, working with almost nothing. You're bootstrapping. You're building though. You're building. You have clients that you're contacting and networking with, staying in touch with. You're making presentations to people. You've created a product or found a product already that meets the need, solves a problem, alleviates a pain, gives a solution to a group of people out there. And you're pitching that product to them every day. You're making phone calls and writing emails. You're going to meetings and sharing with them about your product because you're at the bottom of the ladder, of the wealth ladder, building an asset, building the asset producing product, which is a business. So the bottom of the ladder, of the wealth ladder, is a business. That's the asset that you want to invest in. Invest in a business. People that become extremely wealthy, it doesn't matter what they do, they use a vehicle called a business. Because a business gives you all the tax write-offs in the world, everything you can imagine. A business gets you to understand profitability. A business gets you to understand using systems to generate delivery of something to people. A business helps you to focus your mind and become structured in your thinking. It helps you to identify a delivery point, a mechanism that can deliver the product, the value to the customer. So people that are real game changers, they have businesses. They have a business because at the bottom of the wealth ladder, you want to have a business. That's because of the tremendous tax advantages to having a business. Now, you want to make investing a part of your life. You want to create assets, the income producing assets. I'm not talking about going out and buying a BMW. That's not an asset. That BMW